Hello and welcome to the Meaning Project podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Daniel A. France. As always, thank you for this opportunity to bring a little bit of mental health and meaning to your day. Welcome to the Dr. Dan clinical offices. That's right. Well, and before that, Happy New Year. Happy New Year and welcome to the Dr. Dan clinical offices. This podcast will be released Monday, January 1st. But even if you're listening to it a few days after release, it's still a new year for all of us. Um, this podcast is currently being recorded a few days before that. As you can see, I'm in my clinical offices because, well, it's a busy week. And between coming in to talk to the wonderful clients I have the honor to work with, and family being in town, and additional holiday activities to engage in, I'm pretty much wedging this podcast just into the middle of a random day, not my usual scheduled time. So, welcome. If you're on YouTube, you can have a look around the Dr. Dan clinical offices. There is the couch. Um, Happy New Year, new you, right? Now, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know I do not believe in that whole nonsense of new year, new you. No, new year, same you, but with more potentiality, as the good Dr. Frankel tells us, more possibility, more opportunity. We look at the start of a new year as a time to reinvest, to re-engage, maybe to assess where we are and where we want to be on this day, 365 days from now. And my hope for you, I mean, you listen to this podcast, so we talk a lot about um, change, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, relational, and vocational health. And so my hope for you is just to be a little bit healthier, a little bit better, um, 365 days from now. How are you going to do that? If that's something you're interested in, what are the ways you're going to go about growing, evolving, adapting, as we say in logotherapy, becoming, right? That tension between where you are now and where you want to be. How do you become that person you want to be? Well, there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can engage in psychotherapy, logotherapy, a mentor, a coach, something that invests in yourself. So many different ways to do that. I know for myself, every few years, I go and try a new coaching program. Last year was about marketing and using my therapeutic knowledge to create programs. Before that, years before, was about taking this knowledge and using it to create a speaking platform. Of course, my personal coaches for health and fitness have always been amazing. I've told you the story of the wonderful, tiny, light, swift little Frenchman who coached this giant corn-fed frame in running many years ago and helped me actually set a personal record at the Pittsburgh Half Marathon. That was, my goodness, well over a decade ago. Um, but for me, the new year is always an opportunity to reassess and look at what's next, where to go, and what to do. Years past, rather than set resolutions or smart goals, I would just come up with words for the year. I believe last year it was create. Boy, 2023 certainly was creative, and 24 will be too, as we look to grow the Viktor Frankl Meaning Academy, and I grow some different programs I've been working on. Um, Engage in coaching, find a mentor, and it doesn't even have to be paid coaching or mentorship. It could be somebody you just look up to and say, "Hey, can we get together for coffee regularly?" Of course, I do appreciate the professional um, a part of it, right? Somebody maybe a little more objective, but also, when you pay for a high level of coaching, ideally you certainly get what you invest in. Other opportunities for growth, for becoming, for goodness sake, read. We live in a time where we get to choose everything that goes inside our minds. There are still great books out there to read or to listen to. amazing podcasts by well-known or lesser-known people like the Dr. Dan and Rabbi B Meaning Project, Viktor Frankl Meaning Academy podcast. So many podcasts out there to invest in. Great YouTube videos, instructional videos, courses, classes. You can now, if there's something you're interested in, take a course from a class or from a school like Harvard or MIT or Cornell. Great opportunities to learn out there. Or maybe you go back for a full degree and decide that that's the way you want to grow or evolve. So engage in coaching, read, choose what goes into your mind, set some fitness goals, get up and move more often. It doesn't have to be a marathon or a half marathon. Maybe it's a 5K. Maybe it's just getting back out on the bike. I know that's one of my goals next year. I want to put some more miles on the road bike and just find a different level of fitness. Running is no longer my thing, nor can it be, I don't think, but hopefully getting back on the bike will be. Physical fitness goals. What are your relational goals for 2024? How do you want your closest and most important relationships to evolve and grow? How are you going to get there? I certainly recommend the Gottman Institute for Relationships. Amazing research conducted there. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before. If not, go look up gottmaninstitute.com. Love the work of Gary Chapman. Very easy to read, the 5 love languages. You don't even need to read the book, just hop on the website, take the test. But recently, a client introduced me to Chapman's 5 apology languages. And for some of us like myself who find themselves apologizing quite often, kidding, joke for my wife, right? This is some good basic information, but so helpful in reminding us that we and those closest to us have different needs when it comes to making amends for our mistakes. So the 5 apology love languages was truly a lovely book for me to read and to share with my wife and my children as well. Oh, that was another one. Do you remember? I talked about it a few weeks ago. Well Done by Shiraz Sadiq. Everybody in my family got a copy this year. What a great! Now it is a very heavy Christian orientation, biblical orientation, but some good passages from the Bible, ancient wisdom text, reflecting on how we go about finding meaning and purpose in life. I was on Shiraz's podcast a few weeks ago, and so I decided to read the book and found it really quite engaging and a book I look forward to certainly reading. So another great one. Get some coaching, put good things into your brain, look at different ways to grow your relationships. Is 2024 the year you do something different with that career? Are you feeling like it might be a dead end? Are you feeling that you're in a toxic environment, or is it just maybe time for a change? Is it time to look into a new career or a new path in life? Now, this is where the sales starts, right? If you're going to look at a new career, the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator is a powerful tool to assess your personality preferences and what careers, according to national data, create the most satisfaction. I would highly recommend, if you're looking into a new career, if you're looking into a job change, or if you're just looking to grow and know a little bit more about yourself, get a hold of me and let's do a quick Myers-Briggs, give you the full, let's see, what is it, 25-page personal impact report, what environments you're best and are best suited for your personality preferences, what work styles, what are your conflict styles, how is your stress management, and how can you improve it? And then national data on where you would find the most satisfaction in what job. So if you're looking to grow in that direction or just better self-knowledge, get in touch with me. Let's do a Myers-Briggs. We can do it remotely. You don't even have to come to my office. I can administer them via this laptop all over the world. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't share the good work of my friend and companion at the Viktor Frankl Meaning Academy, Dr. Rabbi Baruch B. Halevi. if the Enneagram is your sort of thing and you're more into the esoteric and spiritual, I do respect the Enneagram. I just don't always understand it. But if that's the direction you want to go, you can get in touch with me. I'll send you over to B, or you can look him up at themeaningacademy.com. And if you're going to look at themeaningacademy.com, and if you are thinking about growing in a meaningful way, you know it, you've heard it before on the podcast, $49 a month for the subscription to your search for meaning, where you get access to the learning library that I'm very busy creating. You get access to the curriculum, the 24-week curriculum, the hero's journey, the victor's journey, to take you into your own personal search for meaning. Our 24-hour community, it looks like we will be using the Thinkific platform for that. So you'll have access to ask questions, to interact with members, other meaning seekers. And then let's see, community, learning library, the curriculum, bi-weekly, twice a month. We're all going to get together on a Zoom call for either coffee or the beverage of your choice, depending on what time zone you are on in. And we're just going to chat. We're going to talk meaning. We're going to look at the curriculum, look at the learning library, what questions you have, and what ideas you want to bounce around. We beta tested this back in the fall of 23 and had an amazing time with our group of meaning seekers, ranging anywhere from 4 or 5 people on some calls to 15 or 20. It was awesome, energizing, and I'll be honest, quite exhausting, right? That kind of intense interaction was a lot of good. It was amazing for me as a facilitator, but I know the people that participated really seemed to enjoy it as well. So hop on over to themeaningacademy.com. Try a 1-month subscription or hop on for a couple months. I mean, my goodness, for $49. Most of us spend more money on our streaming services or cable TV, and we don't even interact with it as much as you'll be able to interact with us at the Meaning Academy. So once again, as always, thank you for this opportunity to bring mental health and meaning to your day today, last year, this year, next year, and on into the future. It truly is an honor to be a part of your life. And I hope you find it as meaningful as I do. As you look at the next 365 days, what are you going to do with the blessing of the coming year, of the potentiality? How are you going to choose meaningfully to exercise those potentials that become your life, that become deposited in the granaries of the past, as Dr. Frankl tells us? I am here for you, not just to record a podcast, but to interact, to exchange ideas, whether it's through my website, danielafranz.com, that's DANIELAFRANZ.com, or at themeaningacademy.com with my friends, Dr. Baruch and Dr. Elise. You can find us at themeaningacademy.com. Have a wonderful, amazing, blessed, and meaningful 2024. And if I or we get to be a part of it, what an honor it will be. Take care.